Well, when I was a young man, I was fortunate. I lived in Orange, Virginia, and I loved to go out in the woods. And my family didn't have any land, and so we had good neighbors who were Christians, and they would always let me use their land. And I've always appreciated that, even to this day. I've had times when I was lonely and depressed, even though I could do anything I wanted, because I was a single professional. I wasn't attending church, and I was doing things I shouldn't have done. And I kept praying, but then one day I realized that I needed to get back in church. And then that's when I met Betty. Yeah, for the longest time, I thought I would never be able to have children. And God's timing is not necessarily our timing.
I was like Matt. I never thought I'd have children. I met Matt. We always joke and say that we're late blooming parents because we had our children later. But I prayed. I would sit and watch kids go talk to Santa and cry because I thought I'd never have children. And but I still knew. And if you're really tapped into listening to God, I knew that's what He wanted for me. I just had to be patient, and I had to do what I know He wanted me to do. So my life had to change. I know when I first started going to Spotswood, there were some ladies there that I just saw them as being the most godly women, and hoping that one day I could be like them. I wish I had the faith they had, But they were just wonderful, caring, simple ladies who this was natural to them. And I just pray that some of their way of reaching out to Christians and non-Christians, that I can, do the same. Starting to help with Vacation Bible School, believe me, I tried to not get into that ministry because I felt out of my league. I didn't. And Matt would say, "It'll bless your heart." And Pastor Dan would say, "I'm praying for you." And I'm saying, because it was an insecurity. So sometimes, here again, you need to just listen and say, okay, I'll try this. You can't go wrong reaching out to other people. I'm more of an introvert. Wouldn't know that now, but that's my core personality, is introvert. So for me to go out and do things and be known I'm doing it is not comfortable. To do things quietly or secretive is more comfortable, and it gives me more of a blessing because I don't have to be recognized for it. Nobody knows I did it.
The realization that everything that we have comes from God would certainly prompt good stewardship. We're only here for a short time. We're kind of borrowing these bodies. We're managing resources. And Jesus tells us that we should store up treasures for ourselves in heaven, that we shouldn't desire money or worship money. We shouldn't worry about what's going to happen in the future because we know God will take care of us.
Our treasures, like Christ said, that things will rust and things will mold and things will die away. So they are just things. They're not, here again, put your treasures in heaven. So what you have, you can use for His glory.
It should reflect the image of Christ through us. And we should manage our resources in a way similar to the way that God controls the universe, with care and thoughtfulness. So you give your time and your talents. The fact of the matter is, though, you may not hear much about that because most of these people won't ever tell you they did it. I think that with my land, most of the time no one's there, and so I'm happy that people of the church get to go and have fun there. Middle school used it. We had different events down there, and then eventually Rick decided that he would have the G5 high schoolers down there, and I know they have a really good time. When you keep the kingdom in mind first, then good stewardship flows from that.